Okay. Hello, English 115. I hope you guys are doing well. I've been in contact with a lot of you and have been hearing about how much work you've been doing, how crazy this time is. And I just want to congratulate all of you for just taking the time and watching this video. You're helping yourself, you're helping your writing, and you're giving yourself the time to get your stuff done. We are getting so close to the end of the semester. Stick with this. I'm here for you. If you ever need any help with anything, please reach out to me. I'm on my email all day, Monday through Friday, and then also on the weekends too. So just reach out to me, okay? I'm totally here for you guys. Now, I've created this video just to kind of sum up what the expectations are for your essay number 3, which is due next week. Sorry, this video is coming out next week, so it's due this week. Okay, so I wanted to go through, break it down one more time, just have everything organized in one place. I'm going to try to make sure that this video is not 40 minutes long so that more people will watch it. Okay, so let's do a screen share. Ba, 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 ba. Oh my goodness, am I doing this well finally? Yes. Okay, we did it. We're here. So let's get started. This is for our agenda for today. We're going to go through the essay requirements. We're going to go through the introduction, the body paragraphs, the conclusion, in-text citations, and your works cited page. Now, I've given you guys a lot of examples for works cited pages, so please make sure your works cited pages look exactly like my examples. That's not that's not a part of the document that can be done creatively. There's actually super strict requirements for this. So just make sure that your works cited page looks like the examples I've provided you. If it doesn't, figure out why, ask me for help, whatever you need. Just let's take those steps to get it looking like my examples. Okay. So just as a reminder, this is the essay question. Please identify common factors that impede successful upward mobility. You guys are going to be identifying 3. Furthermore, in what ways can a community increase the social mobility of its citizens by implementing strategies to overcome these factors? So just as a reminder, we've been talking about this for weeks, but this essay is going to include 4 body paragraphs. 3 of those body paragraphs, each of those will talk about an impeding factor. One of those, the last body paragraph, is going to talk about a community solution. And this is, remember, this is done from like your own ideas, but supported by research, or researched and then explained in your own ideas, whichever. These are the essay requirements that were on the PowerPoint from our first day of class for this unit. Nothing has changed. It's still a 4-page paper, a 6-paragraph essay, 3 examples per body paragraph, 5 sources, a works cited page, which is not included in your 4-page requirement, and your essay should also include in-text citations. So the due date says April 14th. Let me just double check that with my, yeah, so that's next Tuesday. But really, your essay should be done anytime next week. Okay, so your essay can be completed anytime next week, and then we start our final unit on April 20th. Okay, so turn in your essay to me anytime next week. I will send a reminder. Sorry, I'm just looking at my calendar. I'll send a reminder out to everybody. All right, so let's look at introduction paragraph. So hopefully you have your essay out. If you don't have your essay out quite yet, please pause this video and take it out. You can minimize this video, you can put it to the side, or if your essay is on your phone and you're watching this video through your phone, just make some notes, okay? I understand that for some of us, technology is kind of tricky right now, so just whatever works for you. So let's talk about your intro. So you should for sure have these 3 essay components: your hook, your background info, and your thesis. Remember, your hook is your first sentence of your introduction. It's to get the reader's attention. So this can be included as a question, a quote, a statement, fact, or statistic. But remember, you need to quote properly if you're using a quote or statistic, or usually a fact. Okay, so make sure that you are quoting properly, and that can count towards one of your sources. Your background information must include personal agency, social mobility, place-based initiative, social capital, and opportunity gaps. These five concepts need to be included in your background. And then your thesis statement, this needs to be one sentence, my friends, okay? Just one sentence. This needs to answer the essay question fully by providing 3 factors that impede successful upward mobility and one community-based solution. Okay, this needs to be one sentence. I can't say this enough. So figure out how to get your writing to be super, super concise. You can use example 1 essay and example 2 essay, which is on Canvas for examples. Now, this is what your introduction paragraph could look like. I have, let me put myself away for a second. There we go. All right. So there are 3 parts of this introduction paragraph. We've already gone over this essay in our previous video, but I want you to just be able to see this visually based on color, right? We have our hook in green. We have a quote. We have our background information in purple. This includes all 5 of our key concepts. We have social mobility. Let's see, we have social capital, opportunity gaps, place-based initiatives. Okay, so we have this important background. Then we have our thesis statement in red. You can see that our thesis statement is one sentence. So 3 factors that impede successful upward mobility are lack of education, motivation, and negative thoughts. Semicolon, however, which is our transition word, comma, communities can help people on the path to success by focusing on teen development through after-school programs. Now, after-school programs is our 4th idea in our thesis statement. So that will be our 4th paragraph. Now, your body paragraphs will all be structured the same way. You start with a topic sentence. This topic sentence needs to answer the essay question fully and includes a supporting point from your thesis. So your topic sentence should not be first, comma, lack of education, period. That actually is not a complete sentence, okay? So we have to say something like, the lack of education, actually I can give you an example. Upward mobility can be challenged by, most notably, a lack of education, which can impede one's potential to rise in social status. Boom, we've got it. Now let's go back. Oop, we're going crazy. There we go. Then we have a transition into example 1, explanation 1. Then a transition into example 2, explanation 2. Then a transition into example 3, explanation 3, okay? Because we have 3 examples for our body paragraphs now. No more and no less. So each body paragraph needs to have 3 examples. This needs to be consistent. We are not writing 2 examples in our first body paragraph and 6 examples in our second. We have to have 3 in each. Okay, this is important. Show me division between your examples by using transition words. And then we end the paragraph with the concluding sentence. My number 1 suggestion to students from our in-class essay was, hey, you forgot all about our concluding sentences. And remember, let's think about this. Each concluding sentence is worth 3 points. So if you forget all of your concluding sentences in this essay, that is minus 12 points. That's crazy. That's immediately a B, like a low B. So we need to make sure we include our concluding sentences. This is important. This does not include any new information. It sums up the entire paragraph. Now I have this asterisk down here. Include in-text citations in your examples. This is where you can draw information from other sources. Remember, you need 5 sources in this essay. So you need to include, you can have more, but you need to include 5 sources. And where you would include this is in your hook, maybe if you'd like to, in your examples for sure, and then, or explanations, or then in your final thought. Okay, you should not include in-text citations in topic sentences or concluding sentences. No, 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 okay? We're only using them in our examples and our explanations. So let's take a look. So first of all, we have green on the top and the bottom. That's because our topic sentences and concluding sentences are made up of the same thing. So we want to show that this is, they equate each other. So we see upward mobility can be challenged by, most notably, a lack of education, which can impede one's potential to rise in social status. Perfect. Now let's jump down to the conclusion. Concluding sentence. Education is a big contribution towards social mobility because without it, it would be difficult to rise in social status. Great. You see that I have underlined both of her educations because that's her supporting point. It needs to be explicitly stated in our topic sentence and our concluding sentence. Now you can see, and she's done a really good job with making these examples even. So we have to start, perfect, transition phrase. We have our first example and explanation. So we have 2 sentences here. We have another transition. Then we have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and that's totally fine. You can have 3 sentences. They're relatively the same size. And we can see that at the end of this one, it says top 4 benefits of higher education. So this shows me that she got whatever information came earlier from an outside source. And actually, she should not have included this period at the end of responsibility. Okay, then our third example is shown through the transition word also. So this purple shows us a third example. So if you guys look at your body paragraphs, you should be able to do this. Topic sentence, green. First example, blue. Second example, red. Third example, purple. Concluding sentence, green. So if nothing else, go through your essay and start doing this. And if you're confused about where one example starts and where the other ends, or vice versa, that means that you probably need to include your transition words. And let me tell you, if you're confused about the organization of your paragraph, I will also be confused. So make sure that you feel very confident and it looks super clear like this. Okay? My hair looks kind of crazy today. It's so windy, you guys. Oh my gosh. Okay. Just got done walking my dogs. Now, I've had a few of you guys send me emails asking me to give you more examples or explanation about your body paragraph 4. Now, your body paragraph 4 is going to be kind of your solution paragraph or your converse idea paragraph. Really, what that means is you are going to give a solution for the issues concerning upward mobility. So this is where you're thinking about how a community can help its citizens. Now, again, this can be done through research or just brainstorming and your own personal experience. So this student said her key idea, her supporting point was after-school programs. So we see, just looking at this in terms of color, this is organized the same, this is organized the same way as our other body paragraphs. It's not organized any differently, okay? So same organization, same colors, actually the same exact transition words, But let's go through. Although upward mobility can be challenged most notably in the lack of education, motivation, and negative thoughts, communities can help people on the path probably to success through after-school programs. Now this student, she thought of a solution to tackle all 3 of her impeding factors. You don't necessarily need to do that. It's a great way to kind of sum up your whole essay that way, but you can just come up with a solution that would help some people with upward mobility. You don't necessarily need to address all 3 of your other factors. Of course, you can if you're able to, but if you can't think of a solution to tackle all 3 of your impeding factors, no problem. Just come up with a solution that could help, okay? So she says to start, and then we have some examples, and you can see actually that she had a quote here. So after school programs can help people on the path to success by helping improving their academic performance, as stated by benefits for youth communities and families and communities, comma, quotes, and then she has a quote here. Great. This is a really good use of it in text citation. Then she has another transition word, another example, another transition word, and another example. And she also has a quote here. Now notice when she's using direct quotes, she has a sentence before the direct quote that kind of explains to the reader in her own words what her example is, and then she supports what she says with a quote. That's a great way to do that. Yeah, that's exactly how this should be organized. And then she has her concluding sentence: with the help of the community, after school programs can help people on the path to success to move up the ladder in social mobility. Awesome. So this is looking great. So this is an example of body paragraph 4. Now we're at the end of your essay, which is where a lot of us get a little bit confused. We get to the end of our essay and we're like, oh my gosh, we're done, right? But we still have potentially 9 points here. 3 for your thesis, 3 for summarization, 3 for your final thought. So if you get a little bit lazy or a little bit confused here, this can really hurt your grades. So we want to make sure we get all of this done correctly. So restatement of thesis. This is one sentence. You need to say your thesis just in another way, including your 4 points, your 3 impeding factors, and your 4th community solution. This is one sentence, just like your thesis. One sentence, you guys. The restatement of your thesis is your first sentence in your conclusion. It is not in the middle. It's certainly not your final thought, okay? First sentence in your conclusion. Your summarization sums up each body paragraph. This is not where you get to include new information, okay? A lot of us get to our summarization and you're like, what else can I say about this topic? No. So your summarization, you think back to all 4 of your body paragraphs, you sum up each body paragraph in a separate sentence, okay? Your final thought leaves the reader thinking. It's similar to your hook. All right, so let's look at what it looks like. Perfect. Now, our green is our restatement of our thesis. We can see that she says lack of education, motivation, negative thoughts, and after school programs. Good, these are 4. I see that. Then she breaks down each 4. Did I do this correctly? Hold on. No, hold on for 1 second. I did this. I needed to have this. There we go. Let's make this a different color. Let's make that the gray. There we go. Perfect. Now the green is the restatement of the thesis. The blue dives into her first body paragraph. The red sums up her second body paragraph. The gold sums up her third body paragraph. And the fourth sums up her the gray sums up her 4th body paragraph. And the last sentence, the one in pink, is our final thought. Okay? Although social mobility is hard to achieve today in modern society, it is not impossible. This is a beautifully structured conclusion, right? So make sure your conclusion looks like that. Make sure you're not including some new information here, okay? This is not the time to come up with new ideas. All of your new ideas were in your body paragraphs. Your concluding paragraph is just restating the stuff that you've already stated, okay? Now, remember, you need to have at least 5 sources in your essay. You can include these in parenthetical citations or in direct quotes. So here's an example of how you could do this. The first one is the parenthetical citation. It means that you read information and you put it in your own words, called paraphrasing. At the end, you put the author's last name and page number in parentheses. Now, probably you guys won't have a lot of page numbers, so just put the author's last name. And if there's not an author, please put the title of the article that you found and capitalize it. The direct quote, I think a lot of us feel comfortable doing this, but if you don't, this is what it looks like. You can say quote, statement, comma, quote, stated last name, or you could say Alvarado stated, comma, quote, quotes. Okay, so you can move this person's name to the front or to the end. This shows me that you copy and pasted information from another place and put it in there. Remember, parenthetical citations shows me that you put it in your own words. Direct quotes showed me that you copy and pasted it. Now your works cited page should look like this, okay? It should look exactly like this. It says works cited on the top. It's not bolded, it's not capitalized, you're not yelling at me, it's not underlined, it's the same type of font, same size. Now you have your citations, and you've probably done this through citation machine, which is what we talked about in our previous video, and you can just copy and paste this. Remember, we need to indent all of the lines underneath the first line. So we can do that by pressing tab, okay? Tab can move that over our lines over for us. And we should have this done in alphabetical order. So we have Buchanan, so B, Kuntz, C, developments, D. And you can see that developments in the law, that's just a title. It doesn't have any author. So if you don't have an author's name for something, you just include it alphabetically by the title, okay? So this is what your works cited page should look like. If you're confused by this, please go back to the previous video because I talk about how to do this, okay? And I talk about citation machine. Finally, you can see that your last name should be up here in the right-hand corner with the page number. As a reminder, your works cited page does not count towards your 4-page amount. It should start on your 5th page. Okay, we're all set. So hopefully this video was helpful in just summing up the requirements and expectations for this essay. You guys know how to do this because we've done this before, okay? I believe in you. You can do this, and I'm here for you in case you have any questions. Next week, I will be going through your discussion boards and providing you with feedback. Sent to everybody who has posted their essay in their discussion boards on Canvas for the workshop. I will be providing feedback. I'm also available for Zoom meetings, okay? So if you need to chat with me for like 20 minutes to go through stuff, please email me and we can find a time that works best for both of us. I'm here for you guys. I want you to succeed. I know that this is a lot. It's overwhelming. I totally feel that as well. But let's finish this semester strong. I'm not trying to fail anybody. I'm not trying to take points off, okay? I want everybody to succeed. But that means that we have this contract, right? I try to do as much as I can for you guys, and you have to help yourself in some ways as well. If it's very hard for you to get your work done right now, send me a message, reach out to me, tell me, okay? I can't read minds, and I have no idea what you guys are going through. But I care about you, and I'm here for you, and I want you to succeed. So hopefully I'll hear from you guys. If not, I will look forward to looking through your essays next or at the end of this week. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. Do something that lifts you up today. Talk to a friend, watch a funny video, do some exercise, just breathe, meditate. Okay, send me an email if you'd like, and I'll talk to you soon. All right, bye-bye.